Welcome back to the series Tips and Tricks on the Filmora timeline. In episode 1, we discussed how to fix issues when the transition appears to vanish or the transition would not span 2 or more pictures or videos. In this episode, we will show how to avoid making these mistakes in the first place. This episode is not about linking or synchronizing tracks. I will address those issues in a future episode. To understand how we make these accidental cuts to our media, we first need to understand what happens when we insert new media on the timeline. Let's say you have a video clip and you want to insert a picture into the middle of it. You could make a cut and then drag your picture down and insert it right there, and that would work. Or, let me just reverse here. We could just go to the spot where we want to insert the picture, and we could just drop the picture on the video clip, and Filmora will make the cut for you. If Enable Timeline Snapping is turned on, then when we place our picture, we will get these guidelines saying that it's okay to drop our picture here. Now let's get sloppy. Let's assume that we have an image or a video clip that's larger than the media on the timeline, which we want to insert. If we don't see the double lines, we will not get a proper insert and overlapping will occur, resulting in a cut. Now let's just back out of that. And another scenario is, let's assume that for some reason we've turned off timeline snapping. Now there are no guidelines and we can easily overlap pictures again, resulting in our media being cut. What are some best practices that we can use to avoid getting blank spaces and getting media on the timeline trimmed? I've got a sequence here of winter and summer pictures, and I'm going to take them and just insert them on my timeline. By selecting all of the pictures at the same time, I'm avoiding getting blank spaces between them. But now what I want to do is I want to insert my winter pictures in between each of these. And using the playhead to place the pictures is one of the best options. So in order to get the playhead to exactly where I want to insert the picture without me actually moving it around and spending time trying to figure out exactly where it is, I use keyboard shortcuts. In this case, I'm going to use Shift Home and Shift N to place the playhead exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to use the plus key on the picture to insert my picture right where I want it. Okay, so to use Shift End, the playhead will move to the end. It will actually move to one frame beyond the last frame of the picture in front of it. So Shift End. Okay, this is a good spot to insert my next picture. I want to insert it, so I'll click the plus button. Okay, to move to the next one. In the next example, for example, I could say, well, I want to insert something just before this picture. I can use Shift Home. Now with Shift Home, again, I click the picture. I get an insert exactly where I want. And we'll just repeat this process. Shift End, click the plus sign, Shift End, click the plus sign, and just for mixing it up a little, Shift Home, click our last picture. We now have a perfect sequence of pictures that have been inserted into our timeline without having to worry about leaving any blank spaces or any overlapping trimmed edges that's going to mess up when we add transitions. And there's a little bonus tip here, which I was going to do some other time. But if you select all your pictures and you go to transitions And okay, take a little time. And we click the plus sign. We now just inserted the dissolve transition on every one of our photos. So this saved us a lot of time. Except, of course, we got an extra one here on the last one, which we didn't need. So we'll just go there and we'll delete that. If you like this video, please click the like button. Or if you want to leave a comment giving other suggestions, please do so. Thank you.